The finals just got its brand new update 6.8. I'll go over all the details there and a few notable mentions. That actually includes some Season 7 teasers, some of the quality of life changes we're going to be seeing in a brand new system. We'll look at all those details there, what we have so far. Of course, there's going to be some additional developer updates. I got some more multi-bug codes I'll toss around. That'll lead us under our last minute mentionables and a whole bunch more. What's up, world? It's Utopia back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things the finals. Let's just jump right into it. First up here, as always, we have Oscar back again with another update for us. As he mentions, 6.8 is now live, and the double dose has landed. The arena will never be the same. For the first time ever, multiple game show events are running at the same time, throwing you into a chaotic mix of hazards and total unpredictability, which yes, this one obviously does pertain to World Tour specifically, which of course for this week is brought to you by Ospoos, and that's featuring 3 wild combos. We have the Alien Invasion and Low Gravity tied together. Next up is Mega Damage and Drop Bombs. Then we also have Orbital Laser and Headhunter. They mentioned, yep, it's back. So we are seeing some events come back and return. Really happy to hear about that. I know a lot of people really wanted events to return and come back. So super cool on them for bringing some back, and I think they're going to do that more often now. Of course, they do mention the arenas, which will be Monaco, Kyoto, Bernal, and Skyway Stadium. I will say the double event combo really does spice things up and actually feels really good to play World Tour. In fact, I've jumped in this week myself, taking a break from my power shift grind, so it's definitely worth a check out. That does cover it for the World Tour side of the patch notes. However, we still have one more section here to go over, which I'll jump over to the actual patch notes side of things for this, which yes, this is mostly a shop update week, and they do mention that we have some new bundles that includes the Tropic Takedown set, a Jungle Ready outfit, with the Gorilla Grip Lockbolt skin and Knife to Meet You emote. Next up here is the Brushline bundle, which includes some weapons across all 3 build types. Then last up they have Live Rounds, a new crossbody cosmetic, so pretty cool there, nice and decently grounded cosmetics, nothing too out of the ordinary. They also do have one more closing statement here. Of course, we are also saying goodbye for now to Close Quarters, so it does seem like it will eventually return. And they're also sunsetting the Peace Center, which I really did like that map. I hope they do more like that in the future. As for the Wheel of Trust goes, the ticket collection has ended, but you're still able to spend your tickets. So you can cash them in and pick any final prizes you need to complete your set, and if you do complete it, you'll unlock the Bull's Eye Berry outfit. Again, that does cover it for the patch notes side of things. This was mostly a shop and World Tour update, where we're having the major update and balance changes with 6.9. Wait for that next week when I do cover that. Next up here, I will go over those Season 7 teasers. However, very quickly, I do want to address this. Jumping over, I know I did mention some multi-bucks codes that I could toss around to you guys. I actually do have a decent amount. I'm giving away 3 just today. So if you want to, you can head over to my Discord, and simply by joining, you should be able to enter the giveaway. Although this time around, it's going to require a level 5 roll, which you can get simply by just talking and typing in my Discord. So nothing too crazy there. And really, that is to coincide with what's happening on my Discord. I basically just did a full overhaul of my Discord, and that even includes some additional things with here on YouTube. There's a ton of new things I've added, a tech support channel, channels have been renamed and recategorized. I've added a level badge and a universal badge system, where I've also added these badges and emotes to my YouTube channel. So now you can snag these custom made emotes and badges. Now on Discord, the badges are completely for free, and that again is simply earned by just leveling up and participating. So some of these are for hitting level 5, level 10, level 15, etc., which again requires nothing from you. Now the only way that I can implement a badge system on YouTube is through a paid subscription, kind of like how it works with Twitch. So I've taken the top 6 badges that were voted on and implemented those onto YouTube. So if you want to get these cool badges when you do type on my YouTube channels and be able to use some custom emotes, you can do so by joining my YouTube channel, which again is the same thing as a Twitch subscription. Again, this is the only way that I could implement a badge system here on YouTube, and it really will help support the channel. I literally picked the cheapest option here for $2.99 tier, so you can join for even cheaper than a Twitch sub, and you'll get these custom emotes and badges. A new member will net you the Void Reclaimer. If you join for more than a month, you'll get the Abyssborn. 2 months plus will get you the Dreadlord. If you're at 6 months plus, you'll get the Chaos Breaker. And 12 months plus will get you the Quantum Anomaly. There's already 2 people at Chaos Breaker stage, so I really appreciate you very much. Thank you. There's also some additional things you'll get by joining. Your messages will be highlighted, and it will thank you personally under each of my videos in a profile section. I have all that stuff turned on, but I do need to hit 8 members at least for it to be active. Again, any support there is very much appreciated. None of that is ever required from any of you though. You don't have to join but I really did want to revamp and give you guys some goodies where I could, and it also does help out the channel. Again, you can get these badges completely for free over on my Discord, and you can utilize them there as you do level up. As I said, I've done a complete overhaul there, so I'd really appreciate the support and just checking out the Discord. Sorry for the self-plug there, I normally never do that, but that just coincides with the new update on my Discord. Okay, so now let's get into those Season 7 teasers, where these teasers actually happened in Live Commit's stream. I'll include links to his social if you want to check him out. He seems to be pretty consistent on streaming, literally nearly every day of the finals. Maybe eventually I get to that point myself, but he's definitely worth a check out if you want to watch somebody on Twitch every day on the finals. So links to his social down below. But back to it, we had a bunch of teasers in his chat from Rob. Preface this every time, but he is the CCO and founder of the finals. But he actually gives some huge things here about Season 7. This first notion, he goes, hopefully all the weapons will be moved over to the new system by Season 7. Which isn't the first time I've ever heard anything about a new system or a new weapon system mechanic. It seems like they're completely changing how weapons actually work, or they have an entirely new code base and mechanism for these weapons. Maybe I'm not taking that right, but that's what it seems like, as he does address here that the weapon can't shoot bug should be gone forever. It seems like they're entirely reworking that. That's super cool to hear that they're updating and reworking their code base for better implementations. He also even goes on here to further elaborate, I think/feel Season 7 will be awesome. You should see the build shaping up. And he even clarifies here further, saying, I think it will be my favorite season. That is so cool to hear. It looks like Season 7's really going to be a massive one. And it seems like on top of quality of life changes, there's a lot of things happening there. Where yeah, even Rob mentions here a lot of quality of life and a long list of new good things. That is pretty cool to hear. I'm really excited and happy for Season 7. Hopefully we get an early look at that again for you guys. But I'm super excited for that. It really does seem like they are hammering that one in and shaping up that build. Now we had one last teaser from Rob here. People have talked about this before, but elimination cams. Of course, everybody wants them in pretty much every game. Now, because the finals is so complex with the rendering and destruction, it is a bit hard to implement elimination cams. If you didn't know, they essentially replay what happened. It's not a one-to-one recording of what happened. It's literally the system in-game rebuilding the environment to exactly what happened. That's why they can sometimes look a bit off, as it's rebuilding the scene and replaying it for you. It's not a one-to-one recording. But Rob does mention something that will come eventually, but is extremely tricky to implement in a completely dynamic game. So it looks like they are still looking into elimination cams. They really do want to bring these to the game. Again, super cool there and really happy about that. I'm sure it's super tricky, especially with the destruction environment, because they would literally have to replay that into the system, and they would have to re-render the environment, at least from what I know, and the tiny bit of dev knowledge. Of course, someone can correct me there, but yeah, that's a lot of work. As they do mention, they are still looking into it, and it is in their plans. Now, one of the last minute mentionables here is Oscar's live stream. I was told it was supposed to happen today at 10 a.m. As of recording this video, there is nothing on the social updates page. Again, that might change once this video does go live. Not exactly sure what's happening there or if it got pushed back and delayed, but the stream should already be up once this video goes live, or it might have been delayed. Again, it was supposed to go live at 10 a.m. CST or 11 a.m. EST. Not exactly sure what's happening there, but if there's any updates, I'll let you guys know in a pinned comment. Of course, with all my videos, we have the last minute mentionables from my community. That does cover those from the Star Models page. Where first up here, we have Echo 590, where he says this is an AOT inspired fit. And yes, I looked this up this time, it is Attack on Titan. Again, I've never seen the series, I've heard a lot about it, I know it's an anime series, but this one does look super good and definitely gives off that anime vibe. Next up here we have one from Fake or Fark. I can't remember what you said, how to pronounce your name. I know you put a comment on one of my other videos. I'm so sorry, I can't find it. But he does mention this is a second attempt for the human bullet. And yeah, I definitely can see that. The color dynamic on this one too matches so well. Really enjoying this one too. Overall, that should about cover for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuces.